Alpha.
But this is a business that's evolving, and it's a business that is changing, that you do have to keep up with those changes, whether the technology or whether it's how you go about doing your business and how you gather business.
Yeah.
So
how would you say Firefly has adjusted in that manner?
We've, you know what, to be honest, we are very proud of the fact that we've always been very tech savvy. We've been a leader. We started out when we first started selling. When we first opened Firefly Real Estate, we were one of the first brokerages, at least around here, that used iPads, that used electronic signatures, that stored electronic documents. We're virtually paperless here at the brokerage. We use some paper, obviously, and we do have some clients occasionally that require a wet signature on something because they're uncomfortable with technology. But we've always thought of ourselves as kind of leading the pack in terms of how we approach things on a technological basis.
Yeah, I would say definitely on social media too. You guys have amassed, for being TOSA, a huge following. It's,
right. Well,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. The social media piece to me is hugely important, and we tell our agents all the time is that you have to develop a social media presence. In real estate, I feel there's three things that are really important in terms of building your business. One, people have to know you, people have to like you, and people have to trust you. But the first step is people have to know you. People have to know that you sell real estate. So if your Instagram, for example, is all about your dog, that's great, but you should also pepper in things about your real estate career. If you're showing a house one day and you see an architectural feature that is really important, you should be posting that stuff, because people are going to start to recognize, hey, Susie sells real estate. I noticed that she just posted something about an architectural detail, or she just posted something about showing a house, or she just posted something about a home inspection. By using that social media to let people know that you sell real estate, it brings you to the next level where maybe they're going to like you because they have something in common with you. And then if they meet you, hopefully you're going to get them to the point where they actually trust you. But they have to start with knowing that you sell real estate. And social media to me it's an ideal scenario. It doesn't cost anything. And the vast majority of people under my age, I mean, granted, I'm 61, but there's a lot of people that are 40, 50, 35, whatever. They're spending all their time on their phone. The majority of people nowadays are watching TV with their phone in their hand.
Yeah.
And when a commercial comes on, they're looking at their phone, they're checking their Instagram or their Facebook feed or whatever it might be. So that's where you need to be. That's where people are spending their time. So it just makes sense to be there.
Yeah. So what would you say your philosophy is for posting on social media that has allowed you to gain, 7,000
Well, we use Facebook and Instagram on a significant basis. We post in advance of an actual listing going live. We post like teasers about coming soon, or a video, or maybe just exterior shots of a home. That generates a little bit of interest, so that on the first day of showings, there's going to be activity and people coming through that house. We currently at Firefly, I think we've got 6,000, 7,000 fans on Facebook. We've got over 2,000 fans on Instagram. Those are people that have an interest in real estate, and people that are at work or at home sitting on their phone waiting for that next new listing. Whether they're actually in the market for buying a house or not, they're paying attention to it. So why not be there?
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything.
No.
It's beauty part of it.
For sure. So when you're starting, and I guess now, Colleen's retiring now.
She's done. Yep.
She's done. When you were starting, what did your partnership look like as far as strengths and weaknesses? How did you guys complement one another?
Oh boy. Well,
well, Dan and I that's something we're interested in, because we kind of have different assets and, and skill sets.
Yeah. Well, Colleen had always been a listing agent.
Yeah.
So in every real estate transaction, there's two sides. There's a seller and there's a buyer. Colleen's strength had been in her career at Shore West had always been listing properties. I worked on the buy side. I worked with buyers exclusively throughout my career. I listed a handful of properties in my career, but 99% of my transactions were buyer related. Colleen's were seller related. So it really worked well because we kind of stayed out we stayed out of each other's lanes, and it was a good division of labor for us. As far as managing the brokerage, Colleen would mentor the agents that were working with sellers. I would mentor the agents that were working with buyers. And we pretty much split things up based on what the transaction was about. If an agent had a buyer related question, they would go to me. If they had a listing related question, they would go to Colleen. We both worked together on the marketing pieces for the brokerage. We both worked together on building the company culture and philosophies, financial decisions. We're equal partners, of course. So, but there are built-in challenges working with a spouse. Any partnership. Someone once told me a long time ago that in every partnership, there's one person that's working harder or doing more for that business than the other. That can create conflict and challenges. You guys, I'm sure you guys have situations where it's like, you know what, that's Dan's issue, that's Brandon's issue. It's a moving target, and you just have to work on those things and work those conflicts out. But division of labor is important. I think it's important because it sets the pace for, okay, well, this is really your issue. I'm going to let you handle it. This is really my issue. I'm going to handle it. When those lines get crossed, that's where conflict happens, and that's where it becomes a little bit more challenging to work with a partner.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our podcast today. If you liked it, hit the like button. And if you'd be willing to support us, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, comment in the section below what questions you want to hear us answer or what industries you want to see us go after. And if you didn't like my face, check out Dan's face. It might be more to your fitting. Otherwise, have a good day, guys. Thanks.